God says the enemy is blocking your blessing right now. Don't skip this, because something important is being kept from you. You must hear this before another minute passes. Chosen one. Something big happened just now, so don't let the normal noise of your day make you question whether any of your problems matter. Also, I'll point it out now in case no one else has. Heaven saw you stay when it would have been easier to leave. Choose to try again when you were completely worn out, and have faith when it seemed crazy. It's not just to make you feel better about your life, which has been way too hard. What I'm about to say is true and correct. In the world we can't see, something happened. It built up during all the hard times you went through, and this is what happened. I'm sure the Father of Lights smiled when he saw what you did. That smile means a lot. God's smile is more than just a quick look in heaven. It's the look of someone who made something and saw it go through fire and come out stronger, not broken. It's the thrill of finally seeing the real shape emerge from what looked like ruins. He smiled at what you just went through, something you might not even be able to put into words yet. That's what the witnesses who couldn't be seen cheered for. Now is not an accident. Stay tuned, and by the end of this message, you'll understand why. Even after all the hard times and quiet times, you'll know why the timing is right and who you really are. I'm going to show you something that will change how you see what you've been going through and how you move forward. Let me tell you why you're still here before we go on. This kind of message is something most people just scroll past. They think it's for someone else, someone with more faith who hasn't argued with God at night like you have. You didn't scroll, though. You knew deep down that this moment was meant for you. That feeling isn't just emotion. It's your spirit telling you that you are who you say you are. You belong here. Let me try to meet you where you are at this very moment. Not where you think you should be in life or the picture of yourself that makes you feel hopeful. I mean the real place, the real time, and the real weight of how this time has really felt. I want to honor what it cost you to get here before I talk about what's coming. There have been days when you woke up and didn't feel hopeful, probably more than you'd tell people close to you. You instead felt the familiar heavy weight of something being off. It's like a stone sitting quietly behind your chest. It doesn't have a name, but you carry it with you all the time, like breathing. You've been carrying it for longer than you thought you would when you first picked it up. Some people who care about you think they know what you're going through. From the outside, they've seen the missed chances, the prayers that didn't seem to be answered, and the times when a door was almost open, but wasn't. They don't know how it felt on the inside, though. While everyone else was asleep, you were still awake and asking questions that no one else could hear. They don't know what kind of quiet it was. They have no idea how to stay faithful when being faithful seemed silly. I want to be very careful about what I say next, because not many people are honest about this. Being almost there all the time makes you tired in a way that doesn't come from doing too much. Getting close to where you need to go and what you need. It felt like peace was coming, but then something would happen. There were times when you felt like you had a lot of money, but then something would stop it. Not in a big, dramatic way, but all the time. It was always your choice to try again. Our celebration tonight is all about that choice, chosen one. If you can think about a time when receiving was easy. Your life used to be different, probably when you were young. Before everyone taught you to be careful with your hopes. In the past, you were often filled with wonder, when believing in possibilities was as natural as breathing. It was different back then. The world felt more alive and willing to help you than it does now. You weren't being silly or making things up. You were in that state at first. There's a difference between that child and now. The world's weight showed up. In modern times, you learned that being curious was childish, being open-handed was dangerous, and that you shouldn't be harsh on your curiosity. Instead, you learned that the world doesn't always give back what you put in slowly. During that long, slow process, an inner voice stopped speaking. Everything is fine, it's just quiet. And the voice's silence has been a big part of what you've carried. However, please keep this in mind right now. There have been times, maybe not many, when you felt two different emotions at the same time. It was a creative afternoon when ideas came to you like gifts instead of work. A talk in which you felt fully understood and the world seemed kind and full of life. There were a few days when you felt blessed, proud, and thankful, and you thought, "This is what I was made for." It wasn't an accident. Those were brief memories of the person you were before. Most people have heard what the Father said, but don't really understand what it means. He said that to get into the kingdom, you have to behave like a child. Not because kids are stupid, but because they haven't learned how to turn off their inner voice yet. They haven't learned that receiving is something you have to earn, not something you're born with. It hasn't been shown to them that wonder needs a reason, or that plenty needs to be hidden. They are still the way they were before. You were that child, chosen one, and that child is still there. Something in you knew what I just said, because you're still listening. You know how you feel deep down. You've been through it, and are still going through it. And the fact that you knew it, that something in your heart told you those words were true, is not the response of someone who just happened to be here. That answer comes from someone who was meant to hear this message at this point in time in your life. Before I go on, I want to stay here for a moment to acknowledge what you've been through. It's important to do this before we talk about changing how you see things. Being alone, because you feel things more deeply than most people. The quiet sadness that comes from growing apart from people you care about and not being able to explain it. The guilt of taking a step back to protect what's growing inside you. Even if the people around you didn't understand why you were changing. You have real guilt that you've been hiding for longer than it should have been. Someone got your meaning wrong. Someone has called you too many and too few times, sometimes in the same season. They never thanked you for the things you did to help them. It seemed like everyone else had given up, but you held on to your faith. The reason to stay was a tiny whisper that you had to work hard to hear. You stayed anyway. You were strong. Several times you made your choice behind closed doors, without anyone else seeing or any praise. That staying, chosen one, is exactly what made me smile earlier. If what I just said really hit you, if those words sound like they could have been written about you, type 7777 in the comments right now. Let people know you're there. Tonight, you're not here by yourself. This message is being heard at the same time by chosen people all over the world. It's important that you're here. But I need to be very careful about what I say, because this is the part that will start to change everything. You weren't punished for having a hard time. People didn't forget about the delays. It wasn't that God wasn't there, that there was silence. During that long time, you were building something inside you that you couldn't have built any other way. What was being built, too? I have to show you because now you understand. We can move on to the next step. I want to talk about a woman in the Bible tonight. Not because it's a happy story or an easy way to get what you want, but because it's your story from a different time. And the similarities are so strong that I think God kept her story just for times like these. She had the name Esther. What happened to her before her big moment was just as important as the moment itself. It wasn't easy for Esther to get to where she was going. She was a lost child. She didn't choose to be taken to a strange land she didn't fully understand. Years went by while she got ready, which must have seemed random and pointless to her. Years of going through a process she couldn't see ending. At that perfect moment in a story much bigger than her own, everything she had been through turned out to be just what she needed. She thought there would be a big problem, but it hadn't shown up yet. What she learned in those secret years wasn't just a side effect of her fate. It was the beginning of her fate. I want that story to make you feel more than just inspired. I want you to know that I see you, because in her years of preparation, Esther felt like she was being held in readiness without knowing what it was for. She felt like she was in the right place at the right time, but it wasn't clear yet. That's how a chosen one feels deep down in their wilderness. That's what you've seen, not a sentence. It's the placement. Do not wait. That's progress, not being away. This is getting ready for a moment that is coming up. Another thing I want to say is about what was being built in you. It takes time to build strong character that can deal with stress. It takes time to develop the kind of wisdom that doesn't break when other people fail. That kind of compassion that keeps giving even when it's not returned takes years of real life to become steady and deep. Things that can't be grown in fast times have been growing under your care. You've been changed slowly, in a way that will last and make you truly ready to handle what comes next without breaking down. The Father doesn't waste any time during this process of shaping. There was a reason for what looked like a side trip. A wall was being built around something valuable to keep it safe until it was ready. It looked like a door was closed. The time you spent in that stillness, waiting, and slowly becoming made something happen that couldn't have been done faster. God knew exactly what He was doing when He put you there. In the Bible, an old Hebrew word is used in key places. Chizak is the word. In English, it means be brave and strong, but there is more to its deeper meaning. This phrase means to hold on very tightly. Hold on tight to the next thing and not let go. To hold on to a promise before you can really see it. He told Joshua this at the edge of the promised land, when the promise was real, but the proof was still ahead of him. I think that word is being said over your life right now, because the time that just ended wasn't just about staying alive. It was Chazak. It meant choosing every day to hold on to what was promised, even when there weren't many signs of it. It was the grip that wouldn't let go, even though it was the smart thing to do, and everyone would have understood. If you gave up, that's the kind of grip that heaven doesn't miss. Heaven doesn't just quietly notice how faithful people are. Heaven is happy about it. I need you to do something before I go on. To help this message reach someone who is still going through a hard time and needs to know that a breakthrough moment like Esther's is coming, please gently click the like button on this message. This is not for this page. What you do tonight can help spread what you just got. At this point, I want to be honest without adding to the mystery. because some of you have been listening and feeling a pull in your spirit toward practical things, towards the question of what to do with how you feel. And I want to talk about that pull right away. People who feel the same way you do have a path made just for them. What I said before, the inner voice that stopped speaking when I was a child, the ability to receive that learned to stay closed when I tried too hard. These aren't just nice words. They point to something real that you can measure and to a real restoration that is possible. The path is written in the first comment and the text below it. That being said, I want you to know it's there before I say more about it. This evening, I want to teach you a strong idea that isn't religious but real, and something you can use tomorrow and beyond. The idea is that being faithful is always seen in heaven, not the kind of loyalty that makes people praise and thank you. Being loyal like that is a good thing. This kind of faithfulness, though, that only the Father sees, grows stronger than the kind of faithfulness that is shown to everyone else. In the unseen world, there is a certain kind of growth that takes place. You chose to hold on every morning, even when it was hard. Every time you prayed, it felt like the room was empty. Every little thing you did that was right when no one was looking or judging you. And you didn't see anything in return. Those things didn't just happen by chance. They add money to an account that has been getting bigger. This account doesn't give out small amounts of money either. It doesn't just give a little money back. When it does come out, it's a huge deal that matches how much you paid for it, and you've put a lot of money into it. From the bottom of my heart, I believe that you are now in a moment of release. Nothing made up to make you feel better, really letting go. One that was planned from the start, and that the whole process of shaping was building up to. The time for building up is coming to an end, and it's not a small deal when such a deep account comes out. There is no quiet reward in heaven for being that devoted. I want this message to give you something useful to think about. A practice that both ancient wise traditions and modern science agree is one of the most effective ways to align your inner self with your goals. It's easy to do, but sometimes it's hard. Speaking your true self out loud before you see proof is what it means. This means, in simple terms, before you check your notifications or answer any of the other things that the world is asking of you in the morning, take 3 minutes. Take a stand wherever you are. Make sure you take a deep breath that fills your whole chest. Say out loud who you are. Not the person you want to be, but the person you already are. The name you were given before the world changed you. Before your tough times made you feel squished. Before silence taught you to shrink. You are someone through whom something special flows. People have gotten something good from the way you see things without even knowing where it came from. You have stopped bad habits that were passed down from generation to generation. There were times when you had to be strong. You stayed. You did your job. You have believed in quiet times when it was very brave to believe. And that doesn't make you someone who is still waiting to be something. After a long time, it turns you into someone who has been becoming something great. Now that amazingness is ready to be seen. But I need to talk about something else, because I haven't been completely honest with you about what has been stopping you from being yourself. It's not your situation that's getting in the way. It's not the people who thought badly of you. It's not how the world works. There is a name for the problem that is inside you. The most important thing I can do for you in this message right now is to tell you the truth about it. If your spirit is ready to hear this, type Amen right now. If you type it, it means you agree with what comes next without denying it. Because what comes next will really make a difference for those who are chosen and ready. You're not new to this problem. You know how it feels. It shows up right when something amazing is about to happen at key turning points, and it whispers a very clear message. It tells you that what's coming doesn't deserve it, that good things always break down before you can fully enjoy them, that there's something about you that keeps you from having the life you want, that bad things will happen again, that things won't be different this time. The tricky thing about this problem is that it looks like wisdom. It sounds like a smart move. The voice sounds like a sensible person who has been through hard times and is just being careful with hope. But real wisdom doesn't make people worry over and over again, which is what this pattern does. If you really understand something, you won't doubt that God is good or that you were made for a certain purpose. You are not wise when you are stuck in that loop that keeps you from making progress. That old wound has learned to talk with reason, and it has been stopping your progress for too long. There is something even more specific going on beneath the doubt. A sense of guilt that most chosen ones have, but not many speak about. The shame of getting bigger. The pain of growing out of things that used to fit. You feel sad when you know that some of the people you love can't go with you. Some people are afraid that they will lose something important to them if they fully rise and do what they were made to do. Fear isn't a sign of weakness. What's holding you back is the weight of a heart that really loves, but you're ready to walk through that door. Now, let me give you something. Not a pretty way to hide how sad you are, but a clear and certain okay that I want you to enjoy as a present. You can move on from people and still love them deeply. Feel free to move forward without stopping anyone else. You can get what you've been shaped for without having to say sorry about how big it is. You are free to let the good thing come and stay. You don't have to be loyal to your old self at the cost of everything it took to become the person you are now. You are okay to be seen. Being praised in the same way that heaven praised you is okay. You don't have to worry about whether the room on the other side will hold you before you walk through the door. It was made just for you. It says your name on that door. Fear that shows up at the door is also not a good sign. An old pattern that is losing its strength is making one last stand. There have been times when you beat last stands. You've made the decision to move forward before, even when it seemed risky. Let me explain what I want you to know about the kind of fear you're feeling now. People who gave up when they made a big step forward never felt this much fear. They moved forward even though they didn't fully understand what was at stake or feel the weight of knowing this is important. You can feel the weight though. You know this is a big deal. And being aware of that feeling isn't a sign that you're going to fail. It means you're ready. From the inside, the heavy feeling of being ready feels like fear. But it's being ready. It's time to let go of this. Getting out of the old deal you made with limits. Part of that deal said, good things don't stay in my life. The same bad pattern always happens. Something always stops it. I'm not someone who receives at the level I'm asking for. That deal is no longer valid, no matter when or how it was made. And you have the power to say out loud that it's expired right now. You don't have to hope that things will change before you break that promise. First you let it go, and then you see what happens. Now I want to talk about something that all of this is based on. Something I briefly talked about before, and now I want to go into more detail about it, because it's so important. Two things about you were fully alive. When you were born, the sense of wonder of a child and the openness to receive. Because you were born that way, you naturally have great ideas and can easily get what you need. You really were a child of light, being open, interested, and able to take in things easily made for both brilliance and plenty. And everyone taught you for years how to shut down both. Ancient traditions, both from the spiritual West and the Eastern Veda traditions, knew what modern tools measure and what modern life destroys all the time. The first was how a child was thinking. What we now call the gamma frequency is the state of wonder, openness, and natural brilliance that all children have, but that most adults have lost by the time they are 7 years old. The second one was being able to receive, what modern tools call the alpha state. Being able to take in what is being given without working too hard to get what is being held back. Kids have both. You had both. It taught you to lose both, but tonight, that loss is being made up for. I need to tell you that things that were shut down can be brought back. Gregorian and Byzantine chants, as well as the sacred sound patterns built into old temples, were old spiritual practices in the contemplative West that kept a certain frequency alive. Because they knew what happened to a soul when it lost it, they kept it. They knew that the gamma state, which is the frequency of the child mind that the ancients protected, wasn't just a spiritual idea, but a real thing that their holy practices were meant to keep alive. And that frequency was always there. Monks knew it before machines, temple builders carved it into stone, and children of every tradition were born already hearing it. It was just watched over until everyone forgot how to do that. And a modern listener, whose name isn't given so that the work can speak for itself, stopped doing the usual noisy research and began to listen for what the old traditions had said. The sound pattern was still there. He rebuilt it to sound good today. His 7-minute digital song, which he called the Genius Song, was based on what Western contemplative traditions kept alive in sacred spaces and chant. There are over 18,000 people who have heard it. About 96% of people who used it still do. Not because they were under a lot of stress, but because of how they felt when the child mind frequency began to wake up again. However, I need to be honest about what that restoration alone can't do. It is amazing how you can wake up a child's mind, where once again interested, your understanding grows. The sense of what's possible grows. But there is a clear experience that happens when the child's mind is awakened without the receiving channel being opened. The child can see, hear, and reach out. But what it's trying to get doesn't come because the alpha state, which is where abundance flows, is still closed. This is something that the Vedas have protected for 300 years. And having plenty of things through a closed channel is still having too much. People who were wise in Hinduism and carried on the Veda tradition knew something about the modern mind that we don't want to admit. They knew that being in permanent reach mode, which means thinking all the time, putting in a lot of mental work, and feeling anxious, was what blocked the receiving channel. They came up with whole practices to stop this. It was made up of a 5-minute sound pattern and something they called a 9-word sacred script, a precise set of old words that have been passed down from temple to temple and person to person for over 300 years without a break. A modern listener, whose name will not be given because the work belongs to the tradition and not to him, turned away from the noise of everyday life and looked for what the Veda tradition had kept alive. It was still whole when he found it. The name of it was the wealth signal. Here's why they're both important and why they don't just happen in that order. The child must first wake up, or become as the child, as the father put it. Step 1 is to bring back the gamma frequency, which opens up wonder and brilliance at your core. Then, when the child's mind is awake and alive, and not shut off from the outside world, the receiving channel opens in a way that hard work alone can't. The 9-word Veda script does its job from long ago. The child can now get what it was always meant to get. Step 2 is done. First the child, then the receiver. The most important thing is the order. Something that the East tuned in and the West kept alive has come back to us for those who can see it. 2 cultures, 2 continents, and 1 journey of healing for those who are chosen and ready to go. People who feel led can choose from 3 paths. People who feel that the child mind frequency is the first thing that needs to come back are on the restoration path. This is the genius song for those people only. That wonder has to wake up first. Reception is the second path. This is the wealth signal for those who have already started a spiritual practice and need the receiving channel to be open more than the child's mind to be awakened. Complete restoration is the third path. This brings back both audios together with the child mind and receiving channel in the right order. These are the steps that most chosen ones who are serious about what they've been carrying choose to take to heal. A word of warning: there are fakes out there that say they bring back frequencies, but don't actually have the sound patterns from the old traditions. The real recreations of the old traditions are the genius song and the wealth signal. Those are the ones that hold what was kept. Watch out for things that say they are similar, but don't really come from the same place. Now take a deep breath and ask yourself, not which choice sounds best to you, but which path your spirit knows is the right one for you. It's because your spirit has been here longer than your mind has. It knows which door to answer. Both the next sentence and the first comment show the 3 doors. If your spirit says it's okay, then you should only step through that one. If your spirit just told you yes, type the words, "I receive," right now. That's what you agree to with the restoration that's waiting for you. Now I'm going to talk about who you really are. Not the small version of yourself that rooms that were too small for you expected you to be. Not the one that was formed by the silence of your pain or the misunderstandings of those who couldn't see what you carried. Your true identity, the one you had before the world started to change you, the one that the wilderness, the silence, and the delays couldn't take away. The phrase, "you carry light," means more than just a saying. In your life, there are people who have come out of darkness and found their way because of what you brought into their lives. That didn't happen because of you. You didn't lie about it or use a trick to make it happen. Because that's what you were made to carry. It moved through you. A light bearer's job is to bring light into places that are dark or confused, without the darkness having to let the light in. In that wild season, that was one of the things that was being looked after and kept safe. Not cut down, but kept the same. Breaking cycles is what you do. The old patterns that were expected to keep going through generations, before you didn't just go through you without changing. You stopped something. You turned away from what came before and accepted what the Father was planning for your family. That stopping cost a lot. It is always that way. People around people who break cycles often don't understand the price they pay. What you stopped from being passed on to those who come after you, on the other hand, is one of the great and often unseen works of your life, and you bring hope back. You have been the one to bring back what others had given up in places where there was no hope at all, lots of reasons to give up, and not much faith to keep going, not all the time with words. Sometimes you just have to stay, and other times you have to refuse to believe that the story ended where it seemed to end. No one forgot about that special gift. No one missed it, and you will be rewarded for it. Finally, I want to make sure you know this deep truth about yourself tonight. You were born with both of these traits fully developed, seeing things as a child does and being willing to receive. You were born as a child of light, which means you naturally have great ideas and can easily get what you need. What the world tried to hide from you was never really yours to lose for good. It was always there. No matter what, it was always kept safe and wanted to be returned to its owner. You are that one, chosen one. You've always been it. I want to make sure you understand exactly what we talked about in this message. What took place tonight is that I gave what you've been carrying a name and respected its weight. I proved to you that your tough times were meant to be, and they were. I showed you the Esther pattern. The chosen one held on to what they had built up until the time came when they needed it. The thing in the way at the door has a name. You didn't have to feel bad about moving forward because I told you to. I also told you about a way to be healed for a child of light who is ready to accept it. Take some time to think about it before we end. The words are now getting quieter. What was said has already been said. There is still something that words can only hint at and not fully describe. The space between who you were and who you are becoming is all that's left. And I don't want to use the time that's left to add more facts. Instead, I want to speak something over your life that I think was meant to be said at this very moment. Tonight, you're not the only one in this room. People around the world, in different languages and time zones, going through different kinds of problems, are hearing the same message. And I want you to know that what you're feeling right now, the sense of recognition, the cautious hope, the belief that something is really changing in ways you can't quite explain, is shared by many others. It's never just one person who awakens a chosen one. It always has people who saw it. And tonight, the witnesses can be seen and can't be seen. I want to ask you to do something before I make the powerful statement over your life. I want you to let go. It's not a big show, it's just letting go of the old story on the inside. The story that said you weren't good enough, you came too late, and good things never stayed yours. That story was useful for a while. It kept you safe when you needed it to. But now is not the time. You've lost the need for it. It's not careless to let it go. It's faith. That's what someone does when they believe in what they were working toward. And I can hear the Father speaking over you right now. It's not a guess or something I made up. It's a word that was put on my heart for you that I won't hold back. This is what he says. I saw everything. I watched you the morning you decided not to give up, even though it would have been easy to do so. There was faithfulness that no one praised that I saw. It seemed like the prayers that went up were gone after I saw them. I saw the grip that stayed put even when there wasn't a reason to. I also told you at the start of this message that I was smiling. No, not because you were great. You didn't never struggle, doubt, or sit in the dark and wonder if anything was real. but because you were mine and wouldn't let go. And that's all there is, beloved. You have been chosen, so now say this over your life: what was put off was not taken away. What was quiet wasn't missing. What was hidden was being kept safe. You didn't become less because of the hard times. They got you ready. What will happen next? Now is the start of the time that everyone has been preparing for. The chapter that needs the character, that was built over the years, that were kept secret. You are now having a Esther moment. For such a time as this is yours. You didn't just happen to be here. There is a God who puts people in the right places every time. It looks like this: I am ready right now. Type them with all your heart. Write them down as your prayer to God. In the same way that you agree that the old story is over and the new one is beginning, you also agree that a new time will begin after this one. Type them with all your heart, because the words you say at important times have power in the world you can't see. If you can, I want you to do something healthy right now. Right now, put your hand on your chest and feel your heartbeat. That heartbeat isn't just happening. That's why it's there. During every hard time, silent night, and morning when you felt like you didn't have enough courage, it kept going. And what it's beating for now, and has been beating for the whole hard journey, is the life that starts after what you got tonight. Right now, I speak over your life with everything I have. Fear that lives at the doorway hears me and knows that its job over you is done. I talk to the doubt that has been practicing its lines for years and tell it can't talk anymore. I talk to the frequency of the child mind that was turned off and tell it to be fully awake and without limits. The channel that was meant to receive has learned to stay closed. I open it up for the person who was meant to receive. This is for the season that is beginning for you. I tell them, come all the way. Come without the things that other people made you do. Come as proof of what was promised to the one who held on. Finally, I'd like to share something that a special person told me not long ago. I will not use their name because they did not give me permission to do so. But they told me this 9 months before their big breakthrough. Everything they had been working on seemed like it was about to fall apart. A big door had shut. Almost all of the reasons to keep going were gone. At that time, they made a choice that seemed almost crazy. They picked to believe in the quiet. They stopped trying to explain themselves to people who didn't get it. They looked out for what God was making and gave the shaping time it needed. A surprise invitation came from a place they didn't expect it, and in a way they hadn't planned on the 38th day of what seemed like the hardest time of their lives. I proved myself in silence before you asked me to show up in public, they told me. I think that's also the story of your next chapter. Take a moment to really understand this. Allow what was said to sink in before you decide to do something about it. Allow the recognition to sink in. Be sure to let the permission stick. Don't just hear about the Father's smile and then wonder if it was for someone else. Let He really smile on you. It was for you. It's important that this message got to you. Just one more thing before you leave. To be clear, I want you to really hear what I have to say. You're not the same person who played this message. While you were here, something changed. That thing might not be easy to name tonight. It might come to you first thing in the morning when you're alone and the world hasn't woken up yet. That's when you start to understand what happened. The change is real, though. Don't try to talk yourself out of it before you really want to do it. After listening to this, You're not the same person you were before. No, not because of what I said, but because of what your spirit told me while I spoke. In the part of you that leaves this, there is something that you were still hoping for when you came in. That's not nothing. It takes a father who doesn't waste times like these to do that. Tap the like button on this message a few times before you leave, not for the page. Let your like show that you agree with what was said. Say it out loud as a amen. Someone who got something real tonight wants that same reality to reach someone who is still going through hard times and wants to know that this kind of message exists for them. You should stay close if you want to stay in touch and be here when the next word is written for your next season. More messages are being written for what you're about to enter, and the next one will find you if you stay in touch with this space. If you're still drawn to the path I talked about, the ancient frequencies, the genius song to heal your childish mind, and the wealth signal to open a channel, the door is still in the description below and in the first comment. Do not go through it until your spirit tells you to. Don't go unless you have to, or just to find out more. You should only go if you know it's time and this is yours. If this made you think of someone who has been surprisingly quiet lately, pulling away from people without being able to explain why, or going through a hard time, and having almost given up on the idea that it has a purpose, a destination, or a God who is listening, please share this with them. You don't need to write a message. Just send it to them, because this could be the word they need to hear. And the thing you share could be the thing their spirit has been waiting for. If you listen to your gut, it might be the answer to a prayer they said in the dark, but have almost given up on. Know who you are before you go. Trust that heaven hasn't forgotten where you are as you go. Know that the smile I talked about at the start of this message wasn't just a figure of speech or something I made up to make you feel better about a tough time. It was an open statement about a life that has been seen, known, kept, and celebrated in a way that only the Father of Lights can share. You're loved. People know who you are. You have been picked. You've already won. You're not going to leave a message tonight. You're ending a season. It didn't cost less to get here than the season that's about to start. It's a good investment for those hard times. That's how heaven works for those who stay strong. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community, seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today, join our community, and see what God brings back into your life. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment, a place where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided e-books and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history, it is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now, join the family, and see your heavens open.